Hey everyone, and welcome back. So today we have a new breed of snowflake, a cosplay snowflake. Hey, they come in all size and shape, right? Anyway, have fun watching her contradict herself and paint herself into a retarded corner, because Special Snowflake Operations have sent you a special needs gal. Enjoy!
No one is telling you that you can't cosplay a person of color as a white person. They're telling you that you shouldn't.
That is the same thing, you fuckhead. It's just semantics. Saying that someone can't do something when they obviously can is the same thing as saying they shouldn't. And why shouldn't they?
This is a broad conversation that is stemmed from a specific one that has been taking place on the GeekyCon 2018 Facebook group since yesterday.
Yes, I'm sure it's all been very traumatizing for you, Snowflake.
Someone asked if it's okay for white people to cosplay as Hamilton characters, and they were asking if not, why, wanting to hear from all voices, including people of color.
I don't care about color, as long as they can help me breed a superior race.
You said all people. There's no reason to amend that with people of color. See how much easier that is? It's like saying all lives matter. Black people are actually included in the group all. You're welcome.
Now this question was met with a ton of white people on the defense saying that you can cosplay as anything if you love the character as long as you don't do black or brown face.
How do you know they were white people? Maybe they were just sane people?
And a lot of these white people in this discussion were speaking over the voices of people of color.
How do you speak over someone on Facebook? What? Did they use all caps? Did they use too many exclamation marks?
Whenever a person of color tried to come in and say that they didn't agree, that they found this to be racist or problematic.
Well, everyone knows that as soon as you use the word problematic, your argument is invalid.
I think his name is Homer.
Doesn't ring a bell.
They just kept explaining themselves and why they thought it was okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you do when you're arguing for your opinion. What, did you expect these guys to go, well, you know, this guy's totally wrong, but he's black, so we'll just shut up now because, you know, he's black?
Now, some people of color in that conversation also thought that it was okay for white people to cosplay as Hamilton characters.
And those guys apparently don't matter to you at all because they don't support your fucking narrative.
But several of them were clearly stating that they were uncomfortable with it, at best.
And I assume you told them to grow the fuck up? No, of course you didn't.
Mainly they were saying that it's harmful for white people to cosplay as non-white characters due to representation issues.
Okay, let me get this straight. You're saying there's a representation issue, and if white people want to make the black characters more visible, that's a problem. How? How is it a bad thing for a white person to show that they admire a black character? Spoiler alert in 3, 2, 1, it's not harmful! I mean, seriously, you should be able to see yourself how retarded you are at this point.
That and the Loch Ness Monster, global warming, evolution, other fictional concepts.
Now, I'm going to break this down a bit further to explain to you why it's not okay to, 1, speak over marginalized voices.
Can you start by explaining how it's done first, asshole?
And 2, to choose to cosplay as a person of color when you're a white person and there are just so many white characters you can cosplay as.
Yeah, well, you see, normal cosplayers don't choose their character because of their race. They choose who they like. So if they like a black character, they shouldn't show it. That's what you're saying. Can you see now that it's actually you that's increasing racism in the world?
Now, I know I'm white, and this could be taken as me just being another white girl talking over marginalized voices.
Yes, who died and made you the representative of black people?
However, I'm being an ally in this conversation because the other white people in this conversation will not listen to those marginalized voices saying that what they're doing is wrong.
Hey, moron! Fucking moron! Being marginalized doesn't make you right. And how do you know they're marginalized? White people are not obligated to relinquish their beliefs and shut the fuck up as soon as a black guy shows up.
So those of us who are actually listening to marginalized voices just have to keep talking. So that's what I'm doing.
Boy howdy, are you ever.
And I've spoken to several people of color about this very topic, and I'm here to spread their messages.
Yes, because obviously you consider black people too stupid to talk for themselves. Which they're not.
Specifically to the GeekyCon 2018 group of people, if you find that community and that group a safe space, that is great.
Did you just say safe space? Faith in humanity lost.
However, for it to be a true safe space, we need to remember all of the identities of everyone involved.
Excuse me while I facepalm here. Okay, now that that's over with, the whole point of cosplay is to assume the identity of the character. How do you not understand this?
I would encourage you to look at the Harry Potter Alliance's positive fandom guidelines to give you a good understanding of how to create a safe space, and I will leave that down in the link below.
Yeah, let's suck the fun out of yet another pastime. Can't you just leave shit well enough alone? How much you want to bet that this girl doesn't even cosplay?
Then you're just a moron.
Place your bets.
When a person of color doesn't feel comfortable when you're doing something they consider racist, you're not creating a safe space.
Yep, that's her audio fucking up there. She considers herself such a great spokesperson for black people that she doesn't even have to worry about shit like audio sync. And to address your so-called point, you guys don't need more safe spaces. You need more challenges. Just look at your own level of ambition here when you realize that you fucked up the audio. Without challenge, there's no growth.
And you shouldn't feel attacked if you're told that your viewpoint is problematic.
No one feels attacked when they hear that their viewpoint is problematic. They just realize that the opponent is an idiot, and their argument is, again, invalid.
This is something that I've learned to do, and you should learn to do as well, because it makes a safe space for everybody.
Not the people you consider problematic. They're not safe. They're more like fair game.
You should listen to those calmly telling you why your opinion or your statement is problematic.
Only if this thing hits your brain, you moron. And I can't stress that moron part enough.
Did you just learn this word today or something? You're just parroting it like, well, a parrot. You think you can squeeze it in one more time for us? Just squeeze it right in.
And you should take that in and readjust your thoughts or your feelings or your opinions on this matter.
Nope, I really don't have to. You can keep your re-education centers. We don't want them.
Based on the voices that you're not listening to and that you're taught not to listen to.
I'm listening just fine, Snowflake. I've listened to everything you've said. I just don't agree. That doesn't mean I want to silence you, though, you little munchkin.
We need to change our behaviors when they're upsetting to other human beings and people in our community.
Okay, Snowflake, you're now upsetting me. Have you changed your behavior yet?
It's really quite simple when you break it down and you stop yourself from being affronted immediately.
Projection much?
If we can all listen to each other and have polite discourse when something is offensive, that's how we create safe fan spaces.
What is it with these fucking people and their obsession with safe spaces? Can people just put on a fucking costume, get laid, get drunk, and go home like people have been doing for fucking thousands of years?
This makes everyone better. This makes our community better.
Yeah, I'm fucking better than you, okay? Much better than you.
We have to listen to marginalized voices because traditionally, we haven't.
Here's where you go wrong, Snowflake. Your major malfunction, as it were. No one has the right to have people listen to them. They only have the right to speak. People may choose to listen, but you don't have the right to demand that they do.
And it just makes these spaces worse for them. And worse for all of us in the end if we're not including everyone.
Really? Okay. You want to include the Nazis too? And how about child molesters? Does that make it better? Can there be too much of a good thing, you think?
Now back to cosplay for a minute. I've never personally cosplayed.
Yep, that's a facepalm and a face desk. I told you this would be the case. I told you this would happen. She doesn't even fucking do cosplay, but of course, being a social justice warrior, she has to insinuate herself and try to take control of it. Why in the fucking hell do you always have to grab power over things you're not even interested in?
But I think it's awesome and I love to see the amazing creations that people come up with.
Great. Why don't you spend a little more time watching and a little less time trying to seize power?
There are a million characters that I could choose to cosplay, but I know to never choose a Hamilton character because it's not for me.
Nothing is for you, except maybe a nice straitjacket costume.
I can love Hamilton, I can sing along to the soundtrack in my car, and I can talk about how amazing it is. But I cannot dress up as Angelica Schuyler, even if I wanted to, because it's not respectful.
Yeah, showing your appreciation is very disrespectful, you fucking airhead.
That musical was made to lift up voices of people of color, and not my voice.
Are you sure? Maybe they just wanted to make some money.
Or it's internet porn related. I'll check the internet. You guys cover the rest of the stuff.
And if you don't understand this now, I would be happy to have further discussion down in the comments.
Yeah, right. We all know that as soon as you get a difficult question, you're just gonna claim harassment, so don't even bother people.
If you take issue with anything that I'm saying, I will continue to be an ally and I will continue to fight for marginalized voices, and let's have a discourse about it. I invite you to do that.
Awesome. Consider your discourse delivered.
If you like this video, please click like and subscribe to my channel.
Yeah, that'll happen. Anyway, that pretty much wraps it up for tonight, so thanks for watching and see you next time.